I'm Kevin Atlas, and I'm bringing some of the most successful, most inspirational human beings on this planet into your classrooms. They beat the odds, they overcame adversity, and through that, they found a way to believe. I've partnered with Varsity Brands to provide the answers, the blueprints. I have this heart that bleeds for the youth of this country, so I fight as a soldier for change, and I want us all to learn to lead, and not just to elevate ourselves, but to elevate each other. I'm looking for students nationwide to take action from what they learned from this series. This is how the world changes. It starts with you.
So on November 8th, 2018, it was just a regular day, school day.
6 a.m. I went to work because I'm an early bird. It was going to be a great, beautiful day.
The sky actually looked pretty for a little bit, and then I get closer and I realized that it wasn't clouds, that it was actually smoke.
They came in and said, "Oh, there's smoke, there's smoke." So I went outside and I saw the smoke coming.
And then I get a call from my best friend on my way to school, like, "Hey, it's really bad down near the school, the smoke, there's ash falling." And so I got to the school, and then the principal gets on the loudspeaker announcing that everyone goes home, evac.
And the traffic was insane on Skyway already, like no one could get out.
Every road I tried to go down was started catching on fire, so they turned us back into Paradise. It took me 7 hours to get out of town.
It was all up in flames. The cops were yelling out at us to get out. Basically, what are we doing here? Get out.
I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die in a fire. I'm really scared I'm gonna die. That's all I kept thinking, and if I'm not supposed to die, get me out of here, please. CDF stood in front of the fire, and then they just drove us straight through the fire. They just said, "Go." And we had to drive through the fire to get out. And we did. Everybody drove as fast as they could to get out.
We made it out safely, but some of my family's still back there, so we waited at least 5 hours trying to hear from family in that parking lot. And I was calling friends, and we were hearing rumors our high school burnt down, this burnt down, we were hearing so many bad things.
For me, it happened like that. I went to school, it was a fine day, everything was fine, my life looked normal, and boom, just like that, within an hour, everything changed.
It was one of the worst fires in the history of California. 18,000 structures burnt to the ground, over 150,000 acres destroyed, over 50,000 people evacuated.
It's the most bizarre feeling when you drive around Paradise. And the devastation wasn't just of our town, it was our community, it was my friends, it was the things I did every day, the gathering places, the walking into a store or restaurant. I knew most of the people who worked there. You get to know people, it's a small town.
Can you imagine overnight losing everything you own? The kids of Paradise lost their homes, some lost their family, some lost their friends, beloved pets, but there was one thing that remained, their school.
Well, I think that the first responders did a lot to protect the high school, and everything around it is gone, but a lot of the debris that gets fired from propane tanks or just falling fireballs falls on a roof and that goes up. And they were able to put those out on the spot. They made that a priority, and they were able to save the school.
I thought the school burned at first, and I was devastated we lost our school, and then I found out it didn't burn, and that was the greatest joy of my life. That is the only place where a part of my past lives, physically, all the stuff in my classroom, and which is my second home anyway as a teacher, so.
We want what's best for kids, and we want them in school, wherever that may be.
While the school still stood, the damage from the smoke and debris would require months of repair before the facility could be made safe again. And so the entire campus relocated to an office building in Chico, California. Might be a little unconventional, but the kids and the teachers are finding their way.
We are very fortunate to have this building, and we wanted kids to have the same classes with the same teachers, with their same friends, and make everything the same as possible so they could kind of feel that sense of normalcy. And this school has everything that we had before, it's just on a smaller version. And kids are resilient, teachers have been very patient and resilient, and we're making it work.
You know, they lost their carefreeness. They lost the ability to just be okay. Some of them lost their joy, and it hurts. I hurt for them every night.
I came to Paradise High because I wanted to learn more about their struggles and to see if together we could rise again, stronger than ever before. So I started with the teachers because for me, that's who helped me the most when I was younger. In fact, I'd say teachers saved my life, 100%. It took a village to raise me. And I credit everything I do today to teachers and coaches that were there for me. Because I truly don't believe teachers are appreciated enough, starting with you guys. I know that you guys have been through quite a bit of devastation, and I know that some of you guys are probably even sick of talking about it, but ultimately, sometimes it takes the same message for these kids, just a different mouth for them to understand it. And that's truly why I'm here, because I absolutely appreciate and respect you guys, and we often take everything for granted, our schools or faculty or facilities or community or houses even, and you guys have that all stripped away from you, and you're still here. And we want to highlight that, and we want to appreciate that, and we want to show the rest of the country that, because you guys deserve, one, to be recognized for the legends that you are, for coming back, and for doing what you guys do, which was hard enough by itself, in cubicles. I know you probably all became teachers because you didn't want to work in a cubicle, but here we are. But leaders, they don't get to be leaders when everything's going well in life. Leader isn't just an act. It's not when things are going great for you. It's an all the time thing. So my question to you guys, out of my appreciation and respect for you, is what do you think these kids need to hear today? And I can sit there and I can guess and I can motivate them and I can get them revved up. I can get them to see the silver lining. I will pump your school up, I promise you today, because I know they're going through it and I've been through it too, and I'll connect with them. But if you could magically say, if you could magically change your students with a snap of a finger, what would you change and why? That's my question to you. What do they need? But honestly, take care of yourselves and family too, because I'm already extremely impressed and honored to be speaking with y'all for what you've been through, because you guys are awesome. And if you're wearing a mask, I get you. Every one of you in this room, you're all impacted by a fire. I get it. How many of you guys had a really crappy year? Raise your hand. A lot of you. Keep your hand up if you lost your house. Keep your hand up if you moved out of town. You don't have a place to live. High school is hard enough without dealing with any of that crap, but you have each other. You have each other. You all raise your hand. You want to have an impact on someone's life, you need to step up and build a flag, because you are it. You're the example that this country needs to cure it. You might not see that in each other, but more than ever, you guys need to unite and finish this year. And we're going to give you the platform to do it. You want to make excuses for yourself? Leaders don't make excuses. Not good ones, not effective ones. You want to make excuses, you'll never reach your goals or potentials. Bite your lip every time you make an excuse, your life will change in a week. And I'm not too busy to come out here with you guys. You guys sure as heck can't be too busy for each other, especially not now. You want to be successful? Go change your habits. You guys are doing school in a freaking warehouse. I've seen a lot of things. I've never seen this. But you're special. Embrace your nub, it'll empower you. Don't be defined by a fire. Don't be defined by your nub. Own it. And own the world.
Engrossed. They were listening to his every word, because they looked at him and they said, this is somebody who's seen adversity, but overcome it. I'm somebody living through adversity. Oh my gosh, he's challenging me to overcome this. Right on. And my kids all said they felt that afterwards, that they felt so inspired by him, that they felt that they got that sort of the shot in the arm kind of thing, that boost to go, I can do this. I can do this. We can do this all together. We're gonna get through this, and we can make something good out of this.
I had no idea what to expect. I was blown away by the stories he told in his life, and it gave me hope.
Recently was struggling last night with my family, like, I want to quit leadership, sports, I'm a failure, and like, it's just like a sign or something. It was perfect, because I really needed to hear this to just pick myself up.
I was excited about him speaking, but the one thing he asked was, what do you think the kids need to hear? And I was so excited because when he gave his talk, he brought all those things up. I was like, yes, he listened.
How are you guys doing? Does anyone ask you that? I'm sorry, man. How are you guys doing? Because this sucks. And to be honest with you guys, you didn't choose this. I didn't choose this body. I didn't choose the state or country I was born in, and neither did you. I didn't choose my life when I grew up and how hard it was. I didn't choose any of that. You guys didn't choose this fire. It's not your fault. So you guys are just dealing with it. And honestly, just going to high school alone is hard enough these days, let alone having this kind of, barrier that you have to overcome. You guys okay?
It's lonely now.
It's lonely? Yes, sir.
Yeah, I would say the same kind of thing. Our house didn't burn down, and I kind of feel sorry for, I don't know, I wish like our house would be burned down so I could just be also displaced, because all of my friends are away. Like my best friend is even not in the school.
You literally just said that you would have preferred if your house burned down, because you would have been displaced with the rest of them, and then you could have seen your people. And do you see what you're saying? Do you literally hear yourself speak? Because what you're saying is people make the place. You're so blessed your house didn't burn down, but you would have rather had it burnt down so you could be closer to people, and that's what makes your school so special. And it sounds like you had great school spirit. You had it. Let's rebuild it. Let's build that back. Because if not you, then who?
This is gonna stick with all of us. It's never gonna leave us. And I just think we're gonna be more prepared for another, if something else happens in our life, something big, we're gonna be prepared for it, because this is the biggest thing that I could ever imagine happening to us.
I don't think most of us would choose to go through the things that we go through. But in the end, it does make us stronger, and it does allow us to see what we're capable of and what we can do. And that makes us stronger when we have to rely on others and look within and do those things that will help us get through it.
The students and faculty of Paradise got dealt a bad hand. There's no doubt about it. But it's not what happens to us that defines who we are, it's how we deal with it. What I saw at Paradise was nothing short of amazing and inspiring. The strength, perseverance, and optimism that is running through the veins of that entire school is something we can all learn from. In high school, often we fall into a trap where we judge each other and we talk behind each other's back, we gossip. You didn't choose each other. You go to school with kids that you didn't pick. But you guys are brothers and sisters going to the same community. It shouldn't take your school burning down to become that community. That is exactly what Paradise High School is. And that's something we should always strive for. And most importantly, that we always need to remember that we need to keep each other close and not be afraid to lean on a friend, a family member, or a community member when we need that extra push. Stronger together, always.
The Believe in You Challenge. It shouldn't take a tragedy to bring your school together. We're challenging students to attend a school activity they never have before. Swim meets, track meets, plays, choir concerts. Pick it, grab your friends, and go. Show each other that support. Post pics of you and your friends taking the challenge using #BelieveInYouChallenge.